Fine. We did a ticket thing like that a couple summers. Well, a lot of summers back. It was pretty. It was pretty. It was a lot of good activity and like good vibes, and people enjoyed it. I can't remember if we actually how many kids we actually enrolled. It was better than nothing. It was way before we did summer camp, so it was cool. I think we gave away a Century, one of those XMA swords, the nice aluminum ones. And so all the kids were just, nobody's parents will buy them one of those, so that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought that was important. Just what you said, get something that the parents wouldn't normally buy the kid, and it just makes it extra special. Like kids aren't going to get a go-kart or four-wheeler like Dave's talking about.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's I can't remember what the leverage was that we did, but it was multiple tickets for a friend, and you get, I think it was like you got a ticket every time you came to class, first of all, because we wanted them to be attending in the summer. We'll probably do something like that this summer. So we were talking about maybe doing like a survey in order to produce, create kind of a lead magnet.
Yeah, I thought I was on that website. I think it's called pacer.org. They're the ones who originated the Bullying Prevention Month, like 2 decades ago. And so one of the things they had was like a survey, which I thought was pretty neat. And that's why I sent it to you. Because a lot of people like to do those surveys. They're going through Facebook and I'll just want to be part of this survey, gives them something to do. So I thought that would be probably a good idea, or possibly a good idea for getting leads. That's why I sent it off to you.
Yeah. So surveys, if you don't know this, surveys are a really good lead magnet, or at least they're a widely used lead magnet. If you don't know what a lead magnet is, lead magnet meaning something that you dangle in order to get information from someone. So like we were talking about the other day about seeing the schedule, give me an email or a text, a phone number in order to see the schedule. It's kind of the same thing. Fill out, but it's disguised as a survey. Hey, if you give us your information, then it's like, put your email in and click submit in order to see the results or whatever, right? Now, one thing to remember is that when you see these, if you've ever gone through one of these surveys, has anybody ever done a survey like that as a lead magnet? No? Have you ever seen one being presented to you? Okay. One thing to remember that I saw this the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, that's true, is someone was saying, don't forget that people are not tired of marketing. You're tired of marketing because you see it in your newsfeed all the time, and all you do is talk to other business owners about marketing, and you think everybody's inundated with marketing. You think everybody is exhausted and tired of the same old marketing. Well, not really, because like you guys are shaking your heads. I see survey lead magnets all day long in my newsfeed. So like I have to be careful and not be like, oh, those were old hats. So not necessarily, right? The other thing to remember is that so they do work. The other thing to remember is that they're pretty complicated. The mechanisms behind them, like unless you're going to sign up for some sort of marketing software that like a ClickFunnels or something, and then learn how to do it. And then what are you going to do? Pay $300 a month just so you can have one lead survey on there? Like, it's not really practical. It's not a good use of your time, even though it might be an excellent tool in your arsenal every October to come around with this bullying thing. And it's not about the money. I'm not saying the $300 a month that we should cry over that. What I'm saying is like the time spent to learn how to do this, it may not, in the full way that a company might do, might not be a good use of your time. However, there is a way to do it in Rainmaker. So we have Survey Pro, right? Survey Pro, if you haven't ever used it before, you can create super simple surveys. It's very straightforward, multiple choice, fill in the blank, radio button. It's really straightforward. I've done a couple of Thursdays on how to use and utilize that. Is anybody using Survey Pro right now for any kind of surveys? All right. So here's really quickly a rundown list of how I use it. One of the ways that I use it is we have a 2-week trial for kickboxers. I think that's really important to have a slightly prolonged trial for adults because on somebody's first kickboxing class, they don't necessarily feel empowered. They feel like they got hit by a truck. They feel dumb, and they feel like they don't know any of the moves, and they look around and they feel stupid because everybody else knows what they're doing. So we do a 2-week trial, right? On class 2, they feel better. On class 3, they're like, okay, I got this. And then what we do is we noticed that getting them from class 1 to class 2 is pretty hard. Even though we told them all these things about you're supposed to feel like you don't know what you're doing, et cetera, et cetera. So what we did was we did a survey that said, hey, the next day, it triggers a flow. Thank you for coming to class. We're so excited to meet you. Will you complete a survey about your class experience in order to get a free t-shirt? Well, a lot of people are willing to get a free t-shirt, right? So like they fill out a survey. The thank you link is to a free t-shirt, profit generator. And then to get their free t-shirt, they have to actually come to their second class. So we saw an actual increase in people who were coming just because they're more involved. And then they get the free t-shirt. And then to wear the free t-shirt, they got to come to that third class. Like they can't wear it on that second class. So that's just one way that we're using surveys. We're using it as member satisfaction and things like that. It really is a cool thing. You can use it for learning about your parents' opinions about your class schedule or about things that you've done in class. They can give their feedback anonymously, which it doesn't really come through anonymously. You see who it is, but you certainly shouldn't approach them about it. It straight says Sally Smith, but then it says anonymous. Like don't tell them, hey, Sally, I saw your survey, right? But yeah, you should look it up. The problem is typically with a lead magnet type survey, you're entering information, filling out the survey, and then getting something, right? If the potential audience, your community, isn't already in your Rainmaker account, then Rainmaker isn't going to be able to attribute those answers to any one account. It's simply going to be anonymous answers. Now, if we really want information about bullying, that's probably okay because we're going to get real statistics, and we might even be able to make good decisions on that. Like if I get into a parents group on Facebook, I've got we have a place called Council Oak. We pick up a bunch of kids from Council Oak Parents Group, and I put a bullying survey out. If I get a whole bunch of information that, yes, I feel that my child is being bullied, 95% say my child is being bullied, maybe even though I don't have their parent names, I can take that information to the principal and say, hey, I didn't know if you knew this or not, but we have a program that we do, blah, 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 right? That could be an in. The other thing that you can do is you can use that, you can give them a bribe for doing that. So this thank you page of the survey can be, here, come to our bully prevention seminar, or thank you for filling it out. Can I give you a free t-shirt? Thank you for filling it out. Get a sponsor, get a local sponsor. Thanks for filling it out. Dairy Queen's going to give you a $10 gift certificate because they want to prevent bullying or whatever. Like it's going to be pretty hard for a local manager of a kid oriented, like an ice cream shop or something, to say no to giving coupons on bully prevention month. You don't want to help during October. Look, I'm here on my own free time. I'm not getting anything out of this. So that is a way that you could structure that survey. That's kind of what you were talking about, right, Master Silva?
Yeah, because I thought I forget the survey, but it was just questions parents are just answering about if they thought their kid was being bullied and things like that.
Right.
So I can see where parents want to do that. And then when I send it to you, you had said it would be cool if we can get the parents to get involved with their child. So now the child or the parents asking the child, is this happening in school? Are kids getting picked on? So they know what's going on in the school system.
Right.
And if there's a way for you to capture their information where they could be retargeted or what for ads.
Yeah. So let me see now, and that's what I did discuss this a little bit with client support, and there really isn't a way for that. However, we can. So like we talked about the other day, small yeses lead to bigger yeses, right? So if I answered yes on my child is being bullied, or my child has seen other kids being bullied, maybe I don't just create a bully prevention seminar on that following Saturday for what to do if my child is being bullied. Maybe I do a bully prevention seminar that has not only what to do if my child is being bullied or what my child should do, but also what is my child supposed to do when he sees other kids being bullied? how can the community help with that? Because your child might be the cool kid, but how do they use that influence? You know, do they just walk up and say, hey, don't bully that kid? Like, isn't there more nuance to it? So having something that fits with the questions that you asked and the answers that you might get is probably a good idea. So the questions that we were talking, I want to write these down because I think I might do this. I might suspend what we were doing tomorrow and help people actually create this, technologically. Because we were talking about, like, if you're a parent, not just filling it out, but saying, if possible, if your child is around, can you ask them, do you see bullying on a regular basis, right?
Right. I asked my grandkids that question, and I was surprised. All three of them said yes, and they all felt. Now, I don't know if they're bullied or not. They all felt that they were bullied at one time or more in school.
Right.
Which is a good question, because some kids get bumped by another kid and they think they're being bullied, and it could be so.
Right. Right. So I think maybe like, so if
oh boy,
successfully, like, lots of people attended and feel like they got something out of it.
You went blank for a few minutes on my screen.
I see that. Give me a second. Give me a second. Am I back?
Yes.
Okay. Has anybody ever created a bully prevention seminar or done one that was a success, lots of people attended, or people felt like they got something out of it? Yeah, Sal, tell me what you felt like was successful about it so we can copy that.
There was a lot of people that showed up, and that was the success part of it. And not necessarily them coming in and joining, but basically as sort of like as a beacon to the community. That was it. Mm-hmm. But not like maybe we had like one or two people sign up from it.
Yeah, but you put a lot of goodwill out there, which is I don't think that can be underestimated. And I think that it's hard if you're having trouble putting food on your family's table to give two craps about goodwill in the community. but that is something that's super important. So, like, what I would say is how to identify bullying, because you're right. Just because somebody was mad and pushed you in the hallway doesn't mean it's bullying. How to identify bullying, what your child specifically can do when they are bullied, and what your child can do in order to help prevent bullying.
Like the question was, if you've seen bullying in school, who have you told, your mom or the teacher?
That's true. Yeah.
See if the kids, because I just did because I do these mat chats for guest students, and I just went over the difference between telling and tattling, because a lot of kids think that they're tattling when it's really important for someone else's safety if they tell the teacher. So I think that would be like a really cool lesson.
Yeah, I agree. Parent, teacher, or the other answer is I wasn't sure, so no one.
Right.
I
think, why do other kids get bullied?
So, and then what answers would we hope to see?
Probably just so kids realize that if they stick out, like if they wear like something totally crazy, that kids tend to get bullying. I don't know.
Yeah. I think, well, and that could be, and because of Survey Pro, that could be something that is a fill in the blank, right? They could say, why of the bullying that you saw, why did the kid get bullied? Oh, because they were nerdy, or because they had a weird lunch that day, or whatever. Yeah.
I'd like to get Kemp to contribute, because Kemp does quite a few bullying seminars, and he's always in the school system. You have any ideas, Kemp, about questions that we could ask parents that kind of gets them involved with their kids and gives us information on either how to set up our program or a good follow-up?
It'll basically be one of what they're wearing, or two of what they said, or three on how they're acting. That's usually why a child gets bullied. It's either auditory or visual, something that makes them stick out. They're not bullied because of just weird things. I mean, it's a power struggle. So anything to make someone else feel more powerful. So
yeah,
clothing,
and
the way they
I'm
act.
always kind of off. I'm always kind of off, which it seems like to me it makes perfect sense, but a lot of people don't really seem to dig into this. But how to make sure that you are not being a bully, right? Have you ever, like, that's a question. No judgment, but have you ever bullied somebody before? Have you ever been unkind to someone because they were doing something weird? Like, that's the kind of thing that parents might be surprised of their kids' answer. You know, how do we be inclusive? And I know I'm not a bullying expert, but asking these specific questions. And then what I would do is invite them, the next page, so the thank you page of the survey is a link to a profit generator or to an online sign up to an invitation to come to your event that following Saturday or whatever it might be. You could also get your parents of your students to share this link on their social media profiles, to send it to their friends. Hey, look, I'm not trying to get people to sign up for my studio or whatever. We're just trying to do a kind of a survey of local people. We see national, and like a why, right? We see national surveys all the time on abcnews.com, whatever. But what about right here in Tulsa or Flower Mound or wherever you guys are? Like, what about right here? What are the statistics right here? Can you guys help me with this project that we have for October Bullying Awareness Month? Like, any parent's going to say no. I'm sure they would share that.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's very important. And then have the parents give you other people or give you ideas on how to share this bullying information. I think one of the coolest things about our school is that we have 100 kids treating kids nice at school, hopefully, and we're actually making a difference. During National Bully Proof Month, I'd like to expand that. I mean, what would be twice as good as have 200 kids? So if we had your 100 kids and they all brought a friend, now we can really make a difference. But the cooler thing about that, if we can get all 400 parents to join us, now we're a force to be reckoned with. And a lot of times parents see us from the cars and something, so we can really make a difference. That just gets people proud of being part of your school. And they're going to start reaching out because they almost feel guilty that if they don't, they're not being part of your movement.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys that have done successful bullying seminars, what kind of time frame are we talking about? Should this thing be 30 minutes, an hour, 5 hours? Like what, and what kind of format? What are we doing? Are you just standing up there and lecturing the whole time while kids roll their eyes and flies buzz around? Or like, what are you guys doing during this?
I personally, when I've done these in the past, is we held them on our busiest class days. So we didn't make a special time. We knew Wednesday, all my students are coming, so let's do it on a Wednesday. And now we don't have to do anything special. They just have to bring a friend. Yeah. And we have the parents in class. So I thought that was a good idea. I want to make them feel empowered. So we'll talk about confidence. We're going to do some kicking, punching, blocking. We're going to talk about, portraying confidence through the way we look, the way we personally feel, and how we sound. So we'll get them doing martial arts. I don't really want to be like a therapy session of here's 15 things to do about bullying. At the end, I'm going to tell them a couple things. Kemp shared a really good video with me, and then I put on the Rainmaker Business Solution, how just bullying is a power struggle. And it was really neat because there's not a lot of martial arts in it, but it's a lot of education for the kids. Right. So I think that combination of punching, blocking, and that information, and then end with something that kids remember.
Well, and we can't forget that, come on, guys, the punching and kicking is not why parents are signing their kids up at your place anyway, right? So if they can see that, Mr. Dave is really an excellent leader, like regardless of what the content is, they're going to want to be a part of that. People want positive things for their kids' lives, and that's a pretty easy way. I like the idea of putting it in class, because then you're already there, your staff's already there, people are already there, you have a built-in audience. I like that. Instead of, oh my God, we're not coming to that thing at 2 p.m. on a Saturday, I'm going to be at the lake,
problem with like a lot of bullying things, they think it's going to be like a class for kids who are getting bullied. So it's
Right.
kind of, it's not really a victims class. It's a proactive class where everyone's going to help stop bullying.
Yeah. Like you said, an empowerment class.
Yeah, and Roland has a good thing. There's really no secret thing that a kid's going to learn to be bully-proof in a 45-minute class. But martial arts does give an answer because martial arts gives the kids confidence so they can have that confidence.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to go back to why you believe martial arts is really good. It's not just for bullying, but it's for all these other things.
Yeah. I like it. Well, I think what I'll do then tomorrow, we're talking about engaging prospects and activating them and making them actually take action. We'll do part 2 of that in 2 weeks, or like next Thursday. And tomorrow I'll actually build this survey out, especially if you've never done a survey before. That might be helpful to see even just how to do surveys in general. How to make the continue button at the end of the survey link to a profit generator they have short form profit generators now, which are super great. You don't have to put all your information in. You can make a quick video that says, "Thank you, parents. I'm so happy that you filled the survey out." And then the other thing that you can do is make sure that they know that if they put their information in, we'll send them survey results, because they're going to be interested to see what the results are. Is my child normal? Is my child off? Saying that we're going to send you the survey results and then actually sending the survey results can be pretty helpful. So, hey, put your information in here. We'll reserve you a space for the bully prevention seminar that's going on all week, or in class. Or even if you can't attend, we'll send you the survey results to the email that you put into this page, within the next 5 days, or whatever you say. You're much more likely to get somebody to actually put their information in.
Sounds great, sir. Thank you.
We'll build it out tomorrow. I'll put the link out probably here in just a little bit.
Perfect.
All right.
All right. Guys, have a great day. Thanks, sir.
Thank you.